The movie Hereditary opens with a family mourning the death of their matriarch, Ellen. Ellen's daughter, Annie, is a successful artist who specializes in miniature models. Her son, Peter, is a teenager who is struggling to fit in with his peers. Her daughter, Charlie, is a strange and reclusive child who seems to have a deep connection to Ellen. As the family tries to come to terms with their loss, strange things start to happen. Annie begins to experience vivid nightmares and visions, and Charlie begins to act increasingly bizarre. One day, Charlie is invited to a party with Peter, but when she accidentally eats peanuts, she goes into anaphylactic shock and dies. After Charlie's death, the family begins to unravel. Annie becomes obsessed with the idea of communicating with the dead and begins attending a support group for those who have lost loved ones. Meanwhile, Peter becomes increasingly distant and troubled, and strange things continue to happen around the house. One night, Annie meets a woman at her support group who introduces her to the idea of a seance. Annie decides to try it, and she and her husband, Steve, attempt to contact Charlie's spirit. However, the seance goes horribly wrong, and they inadvertently summon a malevolent presence. As the haunting intensifies, Annie discovers that her mother was a member of a cult that worships a demon named Paimon. She also learns that Ellen was trying to transfer Paimon's spirit into one of her grandchildren, and that Charlie was intended to be the host. With Charlie dead, the cult turns their attention to Peter, who is possessed by Paimon. In the film's climactic sequence, the cult succeeds in transferring Paimon's spirit into Peter, and he becomes a vessel for the demon's power. Annie is killed in a violent struggle, and Peter is crowned the new king of the cult. The film ends with Peter bowing to his new followers, his face twisted in a grotesque grin. Overall, Hereditary is a disturbing and unsettling film that explores themes of grief, trauma, and the supernatural. It builds tension slowly but steadily, and the ending is a shocking and unforgettable conclusion to the story.